Welcome to Canadian Innovators, the show that celebrates innovation, entrepreneurs, and the Canadian spirit. My name is Catherine Swift, and every week we introduce a new entrepreneur or an expert on a relevant business topic to tell their stories and address the challenges of keeping jobs in Canada and discuss potential solutions for job growth and prosperity. Today, we're going to be flipping the switch a bit as I'll be speaking with Jocelyn Bamford, who is usually on this side of the table as the host of this show. Jocelyn is also Vice President of Automatic Coating Limited, a very successful manufacturing company that has innovative products to coat things like pipelines, ships, all manner of manufactured goods. The reason that I wanted to speak to Jocelyn in her business capacity was that her company has recently established operations in the United States, and she has a lot to say about how the business environment there compares to that in Canada. Welcome to the show as an interviewee, Jocelyn.
Well, thanks, Catherine. Happy to be here.
You're the founder of the Coalition of Concerned Manufacturers and Businesses of Canada, and you've often said that 5 years ago, not one member of the board of the CCMBC had a manufacturing operation in the United States. But today, about half of our board members do. This is a pretty shocking statistic to me, and it doesn't bode well for Canada. What do you think are the main reasons for this having happened over a relatively short period of time?
Well, I don't think we left. I think we were pushed out. And why do I think we were pushed out? For a variety of reasons. One, unaffordable energy. Manufacturing plants need affordable energy, and we're just not competitive. When you look at the electricity rates for Ontario, we are double and sometimes triple of what you would pay in the United States. Carbon tax, clean fuel standards, don't have those here. So those inputs make it very expensive to run a plant in Canada. And Canada has absolutely no manufacturing strategy, which we've been advocating for the longest time. Also, you add in the attack on the resource sector. So you think about the resource sector, manufacturing supports the resource sector. Those are large infrastructure projects that we participate in. For example, our company, we coat steel, so we coat pipeline pieces. If there's no infrastructure projects and the resource companies are being hindered from developing our resources, we can't compete. Another factor is those large infrastructure projects like Stellantis, where we gave millions and millions of taxpayers' dollars, but we were not included in small to medium-sized businesses as contributing to that. In the States, they have small business set-asides for large infrastructure projects. So not only the large corporations can participate, but the small corporations as well. So you take all of those factors and you roll them together, and you see that we're really being pushed out of the Canadian manufacturing space.
Yeah, one thing you mentioned Stellantis, which of course is a profitable foreign company in the auto space. I think a lot of Canadians, they hear manufacturing and they think automobiles. And automobiles certainly are not unimportant in the Canadian economy, but they're less than 10% of the manufacturing sector. So over 90% of the manufacturing is not autos. And yet there seems to be a disproportionate amount of attention paid by governments to automobiles. What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. There are so many more areas that we have great innovation in, and there's no strategy around that. And there is also no documentation of the number of companies that left. It's funny, when the Ontario Minister for Job Growth and Economy was in opposition, they wanted to know every company that left. And suddenly when they became ministers, they didn't want to hear about it. They didn't want to know. So it's like a funnel. You have companies coming in that are getting taxpayers' dollars, and then you have small to medium-sized business that aren't relying on taxpayers' dollars, and they're the ones that are leaving to go for opportunities in other areas of the world, primarily in the United States, some to India, some to Mexico. And this is tragic because we're not only losing our taxpayers' dollars and our jobs, but we're losing our innovation as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And a company like yours is still operating in Canada. So you wouldn't even show up in the statistics as having left because you're still operational in Canada. In any event, we need to take a quick break now. Please stay tuned to Canadian Innovators.